Hey there, how are you? Mike Langis. I'm putting together this short little video today simply because I want to go through something which I think is an absolute silent killer. It's called procrastination, and many of us do it. I want to talk about why it's an absolute killer. I want to talk about how it can absolutely affect our lives. But if we do a couple little changes every day, how we can move beyond that barrier of procrastination. There's two main reasons why we procrastinate: pain and pleasure. Either we want to avoid the pain or we want to experience the pleasure. So if there's anything that's going on in your life right now that you're procrastinating on, ask yourself that question. What is it you're trying to avoid? Are you trying to avoid the pain, or do you want to experience the pleasure? And if you're trying to avoid the pain, the only way to do that is you have to take a look at why you're doing it. Now, when you start taking a look at this, and I've been studying this for about 10-15 years on human behavior, one thing that I've learned is we're controlled by our subconscious mind. 95% of what we do every day and how we're programmed is programmed by our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is about 5%. So our subconscious mind is feeding our conscious mind. So we have negative programming of any sort. What's going to end up happening is we're going to end up going through this role play, and it's sort of like an infinite loop. It's over and over and over again, and you're going to find that you're not achieving the results you want to achieve. If there's anything you want to do in your life, have you ever noticed there's something that may be pulling you back? And if you've ever analyzed it, you're going to have to ask yourself the question, probably understand why. It's two main root causes. It's either to avoid the pain or to experience the pleasure. Now, there's also what we have, what we're doing is in many cases as well, is we're self-sabotaging ourselves. And why does that happen? Because sometimes we may not want to, there's such things as fear as success. There's many folks out there that will do whatever they can to avoid success. Why? Because maybe they were conditioned as children or even as adults, is that if they achieve success, they're going to be looked at negatively. For example, maybe they want to really buy a nice car, or they want to buy a really nice house, or they want to, just have really, really nice clothes. Some folks don't want to be judged by other people. Oh, look at that guy driving that nice car, or look at that guy driving that, living in that nice house, or look at that guy with those nice clothes. So what people will do will self-sabotage themselves so they can experience that success. They'll do whatever it takes to self-sabotage to not experience that success. There's a couple things that we can do. And I started doing this many, many years ago, and this may help. Write down things that you want in your life, whether it be 2 things, 5 things, 10 things. And then ask yourself what it is you're doing to achieve those goals. If there's something that's pulling you back, ask yourself a question. What will it cost you by not doing it? And then ask yourself the same question, what will you get from it by doing it? If you write these things down, you're going to see on paper the things that are pulling you back. And if you can see the things that are pulling you back, that's the beginning of your belief. Once you understand your belief, that leads to behavior. So if you understand what your beliefs are doing, then you're going to understand your core behaviors. If you can program and start from that point by writing down and focusing, quite frankly, and not being concerned, and this is where the subconscious mind comes in, because you say, Mike, it's easier said than done. Write down the things you want in your life. Write down the things, write down the pain of not doing them, and then write down the pleasure of experiencing those things. If you do that, you're going to find, and if you do this daily, and each day, write down, for example, today, write down 2 things that you've always wanted to do, but you've been avoiding doing. You've been procrastinating on doing those things. And then take action on doing those 2 things. Just do them. And you're going to see that you're going to take that step. The problem is people try to do too much too quickly. If you do things in baby steps, one day at a time, then you're going to see that you're going to start to make progression. So today, for example, if this helps you, because it's helped so many people, including myself, write down 2 things that you've been avoiding doing. And then ask yourself a question, why are you not doing them? And what will you lose by not doing them? And then ask yourself, what will you gain by doing them? Do 2 things today. And my suggestion is, if you can, do them now. Because if you don't do them now and you put them off, it's another form of procrastination. Oh, I'll get to it later. Just do them right now. Get yourself a success journal and write down those 2 things, day 1. And I'm going to start to put together a bunch of these videos because I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me, things like this. I've been studying this for a long time, and I've applied a lot of it in my life. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. But I work on this every day. And if this is important to you, then you may find that it's something you want to work on every day. So day one, write down those 2 things. Tomorrow, I'm going to do different videos as well. And by doing those things, tomorrow we'll talk about doing 4 things. And if you do things in baby steps, you're going to find that you can get to the next step. And if you do things for 21 days, you're going to create a habit. So if you go beyond those 21 days and you condition yourself into doing those things and really try to break through what's holding you and pulling you back, you're going to find you're really going to start to excel and do things more in your life. Then you're going to want to take on more and more. Many people I talk to right now are paralyzed because they're not sure what to do. They're either paralyzed by not having enough money. They're either paralyzed by not having the relationship they want. They're paralyzed by not maybe living in the home they want. They're paralyzed in many different ways. You don't have to be paralyzed. Take the different things in your life, ask why you're not achieving those things, find out what you'll experience by not doing them, and how much better you feel by just doing them, and you're going to see you're going to be able to get through. All right, so I want to try to make this a short video. I hope that helps. Don't procrastinate. If you're interested in this, do the assignment. Do it now. Keep yourself a success journal. I'll see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day. Take care. Bye now.